Hello and welcome to another video. This time, we're going to try and beat Brassius. Now this should be fun. I know we've tried to beat Brassius before on this channel, and we keep getting ourselves clobbered. But, we have to beat Brassius to beat the game, so we gotta do our best, even though we picked a water starter like Quaxley, and try and beat Brassius anyway. This is going to be tough, but we can do our best. Now, we need to do a better strategy than we have done in the past in order to beat this guy. I'm not sure what that strategy is yet, but we'll figure it out in battle, won't we? This is going to be fun! I'm not sure how it'll go, though. Wish me some luck! Alright, let's take this guy down. Now this might be a little tricky because we keep getting clobbered every time we face this guy. Perhaps we chose the wrong starter. Maybe I should have gone with Fuecoco, because clearly Quaxley was not the best choice, because I keep getting clobbered by Brassius, who I shouldn't be clobbered by so much. This should be an easy one. But maybe I'm just using the wrong strategy. So let's talk battle strategy. Now, you're going to want to be very careful against Brassius, because he may be a grass-type leader, but he can be tricky sometimes if you're using the wrong Pokemon, like I seem to be here. Now you're going to want to be very careful to choose the right Pokemon. Now I may have to go back and choose a different lineup, because as you can see, I am having some issues here. Going with Fletchling first, and then having some issues with the other Mons later down the line, as you'll no doubt see. Now my strategies aren't exactly the best, so we're going to need to use a different one in a future attempt. Like, for example, go with primarily something stronger than Brassius, like a flying type spread. That way we have a better chance of beating this guy. But we might need to go with something a little bit stronger than Fletchling and a Rookidee. So we're going to need to find something better. Now I'm not sure what exactly would be better at this stage of the game, but we can figure it out. So we may need to go off camera and find some things, and then try this again in another little video. But that's just me. I'm not sure what we're going to use, but we can figure it out. Maybe a flying type spread, or a poison type spread. Maybe try Grafii or something. Maybe it's Pre-Evo if we can find that. I have no idea personally, but personally I think my spread might be the problem, because my current spread I keep getting clobbered with, so I might need to change my team up. On another note, it could just be a strategy issue. In another sense, like the way I'm using the spread, not necessarily the spread itself. So I may need to be a little bit more careful with how I go about beating Brassius with this particular team. Like, for example, maybe don't start with Fletchling. Maybe start with Quaxley in a future spread. Because if I start with Fletchling in the current team layout, then I keep getting clobbered. So maybe I need to change that up. Like start with Rookidee, maybe do some Hone Claws or something, or start with Quaxley, maybe do something else. But who knows? Maybe I can go throw a curveball, start with Ghastly. I don't know. Point is, I gotta be very careful in future attempts, or I'm gonna keep getting clobbered. That much is for certain. Now, battle strategies like these are very important. You're going to want to be very careful so you don't get clobbered as much as I have. But point of all this rambling is you're going to want to choose your Pokemon very carefully and choose your strategy very carefully, or the gym leaders will keep clobbering you. Now, I know I've been playing Pokemon for a while, but even I'm having issues. So, don't be disheartened if you're having trouble beating Brassius like I am. Even people who've been playing since Gen 4 like me have had major issues with the gym leaders in this game. So, don't be disheartened if you're a new player and you're having gym leader problems. Because guys like me who've been playing since Gen 4 can have issues too. So, you're not alone in your gym leader problems, trust me. But hey, that aside, this is interesting, because This guy is a lot harder than he seems to be. I think they really made him a lot tougher than past grass gym leaders, like Gardenia and stuff like that, because, I mean, those were easier. A lot easier. I think they made gym leaders in general a lot tougher in this game to really make it more challenging and more worthwhile to go challenging gyms. Whereas in past games like Gen 4, the gym leaders were so easy it's not even funny. But that's just me. Personally, I think the gym leaders are easy in any game except for Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet's gym leaders are clearly a lot tougher. I think that's on purpose to make us really think about our strategies. But what do you think of all these battle strategies? Let me know in the comments! From this point in the battle, they're going to start terastallizing their Pokemon, as you can see. Now, you're going to want to make a different choice than I did here, because I made the mistake of not terastallizing Pokemon that I sent out. And you're going to want to start terastallizing your Pokemon to counter theirs, because terastallizing yours makes it easier to beat their terastallized Pokemon. Now, I didn't do this, so I had to do it the hard way, which, as you can see, did not bode well, because I'm having some trouble. But that's just facts. When you don't terastallize your Pokemon in a gym fight, you're going to have problems. So don't make the mistake I did here. Start terastallizing when they do, because that will be a lot better for you in the long run. Because it will be easier to defeat the gym leader. Because in retrospect, I definitely should have terastallized, because statistically speaking, that would have made the battle that much more likely to be won. And I could have finally defeated Brassius for once. But that's just me. So, moral of the story, don't make my mistake. Terastallize your Pokemon at the end of a gym fight. That'll be so much easier for you in the long run. But, on from that. Now, you're going to want to think about terastallizing strategies here. Now, you can just use a basic strategy, terastallize, and then attack like there's no tomorrow. Or you can try and terastallize and be a bit more strategic with your moves. Now, this can be a little tricky based on the actual, moveset that terastallizing would allow you to use. But if you know what you're doing, you can terastallize and then be a little more strategic with it. Like use certain moves at certain times versus other moves. But that being said, point is, there are several strategies to terastallizing your Pokemon. You're going to want to choose that very carefully. Comment your thoughts below and be sure to subscribe because I will see you in the next one.